think this Dust 2 pick from Saw trying to capitalize on the kind of weak Astralis performance we got to see yesterday makes this a pretty exciting series. We have Nuke as the third and final map. I think that's going to be a real barn burner if we get there. Yeah. And then Inferno kind of nestled in the middle. One that's been good for Astralis, but a map that often hinges on strong performances from Yabi and Stare, who were the two bottom-rated players for Astralis yesterday.
Aristos saying that they were here to punish Astralis, but if there's one thing Astralis had yesterday, it was pistol rounds galore. Let's see if this one will start off the same. We got Stown and Low with those dual Berettas. A similar setup. It was last round or last time. Stown pushing top mid. This time 3 fighting for middle, and the block comes out at B. Saw will actually cancel. Allow Roman to come in from top mid. There are kills available here. Device coming in off of Catwalk. P250 picked up, put down very quickly. And Stown's going to get aggressive, try and finish the job. This is all the util on Roman as well, so it's a bit uncomfortable. Saw constricted to the B tunnels, and Astralis rotate a second man in.
I mean, Astralis are currently flawless on pistol rounds at their time here for Spring Finals, and they're looking to keep that track record going. Now, Stown could be in hot water here. It will finally get run through, but with 45 seconds left and so much space taken from Astralis, I do like how they've opened in this pistol. It's very in your face. They've taken a lot of control away from Saw, and that's kind of left them with no real estate to play with here other than the upper tunnels. If they do want to try and head out through middle, they're going to have to battle and scrap their way through it. And even though Mutiris convinces us early on, you'd like to think Device is able to get the better of him. That bomb is quickly transitioning up through the catwalk, and right now, Astralis think this is the B play, but because of Mutiris here, Saw have got all this extra room to play with, and he even gets away with the kill onto Device. Saw are flipping this one back around. They had no business winning this pistol, but they've ended up with a plant on A, and Mutiris is on for the ace. One more player to find. Bro tries to run him down, and he will deny Mutiris the ace. But now he's got to embark on a clutch with no positional advantage for the guy. He's moving into unknown angles all across the map, and so he'll get put down. And those flawless pistol rounds for Astralis are quickly brought to a close to open up Dust 2.
Well, unbelievably well done, but my oh my, Astralis are going to be kicking themselves for not just being able to hold on a few more seconds. For B take, we noticed that there was a, I think, Device through this B tunnel smoke from spawn. So this gets taken. Astralis with a lot of control early. That's nice to see, because yesterday we were not impressed at how little they were actually taking control on CT side.
No, 100%. I mean, I like already the kind of... It feels like Astralis are very aware of why they ended up losing Dust 2, because already we've seen a lot of effort to try and take control of the map away.
Which is definitely important, considering it's Aristos saying, yeah, we saw those errors. We don't like Dust 2. We're picking it to completely counter our opponent, to anti-strat, to punish. No, and so if Astralis come in with a different look today, the question is, are Saw ready for that?
I think, you know, we both very much felt this, even, you know, watching the game. The Astralis CT side just gave so much respect to Na'Vi.
Yeah.
And the moment Na'Vi swapped over, they were giving Astralis none of those same, you know, levels of respect. And so it's nice that Astralis are trying to remedy that early on here. Right, we've had aggression into lower tunnels. Now you've got the push up through Cat. This is very well handled in this force buy round. Aristos is going to be the guy to try and save the day. Mutir is on a tear, and with a bit of help from Aristos, right now the entire B side of the map is open. Then they're going to chase down this kill over on Cat, and they might come to regret that. Stown somehow gets out with the double. And it's just Story left standing, and they've spotted him. They know where he is. He's dead here.
This is a pug right now. That's what it's feeling like, especially in that opening half, that 10-2 on Ancient. We don't need to talk about their CT side. But man, he was cracking open bomb sites solo. So let's see if he can do it again today on a map like Dust 2.
Yeah, I think, you know, one of the risks of this pick for Saw is they wanted to exploit the weaknesses they saw yesterday. And I think, honestly, based on what we got out of Astralis yesterday, I can fully see where they were coming from. This map looked pretty dire, especially on those CT sides. And they didn't even really know how to, like, they weren't really responding to the aggression on their T sides either. But already Astralis are playing this entirely different. And so very, very quickly, Saw are like on a map they're not super comfortable on, and one that they picked into to exploit their opponent's weakness, but now your opponent is playing a very different game. This could get hairy. Device, good for the one and done over a long.
Not really expecting two players dry swinging that so late in the round, but Sora actually just going for this quick ace split, and it's only Stare down in the pit. Nice kill on the rotation, but other players have made it across. However, Sora in the sight.
That bomb is still all the way back at the long doors.
They know there's probably a second long player, but Cat's fully open. They're going to rotate it round. There's
some big gaps here. And Yabi getting all this space up towards ramp is a huge issue for Mutiris. It kind of opens him up to the long angle. And they will run down Astralis. Oh. Mutiris helped out by Roman. It's the veteran players of Saw that claw this one back. And that bomb's actually heading over towards B, so they try to play this very safe to Saw. They know that Stare floats around over here towards long. So they will just up and leave him.
My God, he doesn't know, but he's actually getting chased. Tira's sitting at car.
Bomb has been planted.
No idea for Stare right now. Missed it by being scoped in. Matiris can just peek and win this round.
Yeah, as far as he's concerned, why would he be car? It's so Stare. Shot in the back by Mutiris, who started this one off with a vengeance. Great play from Mutiris to open up the game.
No faking, there's no slowdowns in the mid-round. Saw are just committing on these entries. They're going to do it again. Pop out long, corner smoke down, and they take this space. Astralis seem to be fine to give it away if they're not starting more than too long. Yeah, being a tough position. Feel like you don't get much value out of this one anymore. So easy to molly, but there isn't one available. Oh, sorry, it just went out. Yabi's burning. He's calling for a smoke, and he'll get it. I feel like maybe they heard that burn, though, from long corner, so they're still going to hopefully clear it. U-Jerks takes out Stown, trying to push the top of middle, and they're walking right past Yabi for now, seeing how close they can get to the site.
Oh, they tagged him up even more, but they haven't finished the job yet. Astralis will eventually. And after losing Stown right at the top of the round, Astralis decide to write this one off early. They call it. Saw have earned this one. And so a third round found over on the T side, but you're hoping for a good chunk more than this if you're Saw. They kind of need to embark on a bit of a streak here.
Does feel like the car position is not what it used to be. Feel like that's never going unchecked.
Yeah, you'll always have like teammates in your matchmakings and your pugs that insist on playing it, and it's like, please.
If you have long, it's good for Cat. That's about it, you know. Giving up long playing car, I'd rather just see you stack CT and sight, play the boxes, flash long.
Yeah, or if there's like more of a bait, but the sight player had already dropped out of sight, so it's like...
Or even if you play car and get flash. I'll have 3 this time. More standard, device supporting.
I mean, I'm still nervous because Saw clearly don't want to abandon this game plan, but I don't see, you know, they get a bit fortunate in that round there. Being able to catch a player in top mid, catching Yabi at the car. They trade their way out over towards Longs, down once again, tucked in over at car. But this time he drops the early smoke to try and phase out and get past it. Bro coming in with some upper tunnels aggression. Dude, these were the moves that were never being made yesterday. Bro gets out with one, and that will stop Story moving in with the bomb. You could have had 2 players just commit to the B play. It at least takes away all the info from the B side of the map, right? And so Astralis have to start moving players over there.
Oh, they weren't very decisive. Astralis was pulling out, or sorry, Story was pulling out to go back to his team, but they wanted to re-hit B, so they're grouping back in tunnels. Astralis have already made the adjustment, but with it being quiet, no one's actually playing in the B site. This Yabi, this could be a retake round for Astralis. He needs to make up his mind, though. If he wants to commit to the mid side or not, he'll go into B. Now in a position where he has to go 1-for-1 at bare minimum. But Car is a powerful angle. 30 seconds of Saw contact into the site. They've got 1 smoke, but they need to find this entry first.
That's easily done for Yabi. First fight, nice and clean, able to follow up, and now it's just Roman left. Funneled into Yabi, who puts on a show. Beautifully done over at the car. So it would leave them on the back foot in like every situation. For Saw, it's a very interesting one because you can imagine the stress this team's going through. You prep based on what you saw yesterday and trying to exploit this exact, you know, gaps that we were talking about. Oh, no. And you're not facing or finding that at all now. It is an entirely different style, an entirely different team that you're up against on a map that you yourself are not super comfortable on. And so they don't have that depth to kind of fall back on here if they're, you know, if you're sore.
This could be a round, though. They're about to walk into B, and Bro's coming back to clear mid with his team. He won't even win that fight, so every trade is still a disadvantage for Astralis, and they realize now that they've lost B. That's a scout tag as well to make life worse for Stown, as he's put down by Story with 2 shots and Stare in a clutch. He may as well give a go. And they're giving him a chance, pushing through these smokes. Careful, boys. Last of the half here. Stare caught with nades, and that will be it. Saw recover something at the end of their T side, but Astralis are here to play today.
I'm glad, bro. I hated watching Astralis play this map yesterday, and I think they must have been left feeling like they could have done way better. And so to see those improvements overnight is fantastic.
I'm seeing smokes I've never seen before, to be honest. I guess that's a mid to B from Bro. We had Device with the deep tunnels in the first half. Out it goes. Very cool smoke as they explode for a fast mid to B, and there's only one man in the site and no nades to break through. They're going to have to push in. That's a big kill for Stare. He had the bomb. Back in the site, Arostos gets one, but that's not enough as the solo site player, Astralis with a plant and Saw on the clock.
Stan wants to try and fight this with the dual Berettas. Jumping up, puts himself in the firing line of Story, and so that reclaims the 3-on-3 for now. Stare, quick response, cooked up, but he will fall after the first. It's the Device mid-flank that was meant to save the day. It was brought down to this 1v1 as Saw tried to scrap for another pistol round here. They can't find it. Bro locks them out of it.
Except the orb. At least Device doesn't have his either. Probably out of choice more than anything with the pace that I expect to see Astralis pull into this gun round. Great long spawns, absolutely making the most of that. Good molly in, but Astralis just explode through. They miss their corner smoke. That does sometimes go wrong. Ujerks gets a double kill off the back of it, but the reswing is what's punished. Stan wants to still give this a go.
Here's the bomb here, so doesn't want to run the risk of falling with that. That would be round over. And right now, you still have stuff to play for here. Astralis have a lot of info from those long fights, right? They know the other 2 players were trapped over towards long, and so they weren't going to be up in the site in time. And that's given them a huge window of opportunity here to move in up through Catwalk. They're going to have a bomb plant. And so we will see Saw faced with a retake. Sure, they're a man up.
I'm worried.
But they don't have control of Catwalk. You got 2 players coming through CT, the other 2 at long, which are known about. And Astralis have a little bit of time to get set up here.
No kit as well. The clock's already ticking and it's going quick. Device has that cross, but he ducks below as they make it across. Now it's only Stare. 1v3, not out of the realms of possibility here. They have to get this trade-off efficiently. Smoke is perfect, and they find this shot as he peeks through the bloom. Saw win a round, and they find a 5th.
All 5 for Ujerks. It's the 8.
Oh my God.
Yeah. from long, he swoops in and saves the day. What a time for him to do it as well, because he was largely flying under the radar in this game. He had like 0 kills till around about round 6, around 7, so had a while to kind of get going. But that one will leave an impression at least.
Story's ult makes an appearance too. And he knows about Devices, having already fired off on middle. So very early B, just in case. Story breaking the smoke, trying to find an opening advantage. Roman will do it instead. Spamming that top mid smoke. An annoying way to fall for Stare, but not the end of the world. Astralis still have that mid control now. Saw settle into something more comfortable. No mid pick presented for Astralis. Patiently waiting. So we'll give them nothing more.
Tura spots them crossing. That little jump lets him know that they are using these smokes.
Oh my God,
he fully burns!
Full blind.
Couldn't see a thing, thought he'd crept out of the molly, but there were 2 of them down towards ramp. And so that's given the window for Astralis. Bomb plant now found in a 4-on-4. This round might have started with them losing Stare, but they're now in a real winning position here. That smoke, it leaves gives Saw a bit of a leg up to try and move through, and a missed shot from Device will help them get up through CT. Aros DOS double kill, and oh god, Device out in the open, gets away with one. It's just Bro, and he can't find the spray.
That was it. That was the kill. Gets that. Probably his round. There's no smoke. It's an AWP in the post plant. Damn. Device back for more in middle, but again, the smoke on the cross.
I think Saw as well are normally very good at grouping in moments like that. Like, the moment they learned that Stown was mid or Device was alone B, I thought they were going to all in one of those fights, but instead they got split up, and that gave Astralis the window. I don't think they make that mistake on a different map.
Ujux is in trouble, and Molotov's trapped him in a grave, a shallow one as well. Stown digs it deeper, shovels out on long. They are just throwing stuff around this corner. Story, now's your chance, but Device has the gap on the smoke, and he grabs that kill back. That should signal the end of the map. 2 pistols remain, and Astralis, with a smile on their face, struck their stuff up long to close their opponent's pick. They don't even break a sweat.
AWP retrieved for Aros DOS, but he loses his teammate right away, and so the beginning of the end here on Saw's map pick of Dust 2, just Aros DOS left to find, and even though that no-scope lands, he can't take this any further. Surely they're all around him, they're up on the catwalk, and they'll go swinging in to put a stop to Saw's Dust 2.
They were never meant to do it, so yeah, we're following the script as is expected for this one. Astralis in Wembley, question mark. We're gonna have to find out on their map pick of Inferno as we get into this elimination qualification game at the bottom of Group A. It's Astralis on the T side. Expectations from the desk to start it slow and steady. But let's see if they bring that same face, that same heat from Dust to the disrespect, you could go as far as saying, for their opponent. Got a full belt for Device. Creepy crawly upbeat. 2 players here and an exec waiting to happen.
They're going to try and pop in Roman. They want to try and run him down over at spawn. He gets out with the first, but goes no further. And now Stown's just going to hang out here, try to cut off these players in rotation. He will get fought by Ujux, since that kind of leaves Stown on an island. Aros DOS finds him. He wanted to assemble that boost, or at least Aros DOS did, but Ujux had other ideas. Going to group and move in through the ruins, getting out over towards Coffin, and Bro back turn. Instead, him and Yabi try to fight in towards the spawn, attempting to take real estate away from Saw. Bro will manage the trade. Device taps out one more, but he will fall after that. And so Saw hop on this bomb. It's another pistol round found for the Saw squad. Swing kill of the round was chasing down Stown. And those were the sort of decisions that were missing back on Dust 2. I don't know we're 1 round in, but pistol rounds carry a hell of a lot of weight. Especially if you're able to stick the landing on these conversions. You get off to a nice start here if you're Saw. If you remember, actually, it was Stown that they could have chased down on Dust 2 if they didn't want to let Device clutch out in that moment over towards the B site. And so it eluded them there. But this time they don't repeat that same mistake. So Saw, they're trying to be fired up here, and they're trying to make good decisions, and thus far they have.
This is still a lethal round to be up against, right? It's a little nerfed with the economy changes, but Astralis were able to get 3 Galils together and a couple of bits of util, so looking to keep tight trades as they walk 4 players out mid. Yabi in the apartments, but they don't have a flash for the apps. It goes out long. Story's not blind, but he loses the fight, and Astralis wrapping this site.
Yeah, Nate does some good damage, but MP9 fighting from the pit. Not ideal. Stair deeged out after 1. And Mutiriz is run down. It's Stairs Deagle. Delivering on all fronts here. Stown's even upgraded onto the Galil. And so Saw, they were hoping to get off to a hot start. Well, that now lies with Roman to try and offer up the goods in this clutch.
Nope.
He was about to get given another fight over towards long if he hung around just a moment longer, but he's already headed for the hills, and so Astralis on their force buy immediately respond.
Very impressive round. I don't know how Stair gets that 2nd kill in the site, but just jumping around the boxes from long side. Clean entry. and not the guns for the job. That's why force buys are still so lethal on T side, right? Because it's the weapon advantage. A lot of CTs want that util. As a result, they have to give up the rifle. They have to play SMG, and when you get those range fights, even a Deagle at times will beat an MP9. So Astralis just comes swinging at the spawn and completely breaks Soar's mental in the first gun round of the game. So let's see. It'll be that or Yabby just lurking up apps. So we'll have the rifles out now. Smokes go in and speed up Banana. Even smoke the Molotov, but there's 3 CTs here. This one's risky. Device, Hail Mary through the smoke on the break. Works to his favor, even attempts a jump shot. My oh my. Device back for more. Will get more than he bargained for. Astralis cool it off in a 4-on-4.
We're going to have like a very budget fight for the apartments. You've got Yabby is the guy for Astralis responsible for that on the MP5, and then Aras-Dos' kind of counterpart on Soar is rocking the FAMAS down in pit.
I'm no FAMAS fan, but does win in that head-to-head.
It looks like Yabby will just bow out of the apartments. So in moments like this, he almost ends up being kind of the rear guard, the last guy in, down towards the back of the pack.
Nice timing on the mid-take, though. Soar now have a boatload of info. They need to hurry up and rotate a second player around, and Story's sneaking it. If he runs, they're going to hear him, and Astralis will know to go. They're going anyway.
And so right now, Ujerks has got to do the heavy lifting. Won't have a util to help him either, so
Save.
Quickly dealt with, and that gives the round over to Astralis. You're hoping that smoke spams could be your friend here and entice you for the retake, but it just won't happen. Astralis don't offer anything up through that smoke. So they get off very cleanly to this 4-1 beginning, only losing Device in the round.
And I mean, he completely cracked open the round by playing close half wall, and it's Soar who break the smoke to try and challenge Banana, but he just punishes that perfectly, and there might even be exits here for Stown as well. One kill has resounding implications, but it's avoided.
Honestly, the AK upgrade for Aras-Dos with where he is to play, right, over towards the apartments, that's actually fantastic. Like, he's very happy with that. You're a lot more hesitant, I think, to get hyper involved in apps when you're rocking the M4, but when you got the AK on the line and you can just tap them out, you're on that level playing field. Now you've conditioned Astralis to almost ignore your mid smokes. So if they're going to give you those fights, like, you can be posted in a really nice setup to play off of one another and do something about that.
I almost don't want to see Soar get caught off by any more smoke breaks this game, because it's happened like 4 times already in 8 rounds, 7 rounds. So just be aware. Stop pulling nades in front of the util. You good, Yabby? I'll make it up.
He was stood too far forward. Yabby was trying to tell him, like, bro, I can't jump on your head silently.
I'm not bro. Okay. Alongside smoke. Surely don't go through this one. Astralis. Have some humanity. So we'll go back to a B setup. Inside of the site. Astralis get their second volley out on long. Burning that close position.
I mean,
well.
Once again, like, the mid control now just comes down to, like, Story, don't die, whatever you do, don't die. And if they try to go up through short, oh, you're lucky to be alive, Aras-Dos. He needs to let them get close enough that Mutiras could help, but he just gets double naded out down in the pit. Story tries to come back from long to lend a helping hand, but yeah, you know, there's... Oh, I don't know, man. It's so disjointed from Soar in these defenses, and Astralis are playing a very confident, no-respect brand of Counter-Strike. They're getting a hold onto their nades. They're always finding kills with the nades, be it on smoke breaks, the nade stack into the pit in that round there.
Yeah, what year is this? The util for Astralis is taking me back, Harry.
I mean, dude, seeing Astralis, like, reform overnight after the game yesterday, where I don't think they left that feeling good. Really? I don't think they played their best Counter-Strike by a long margin versus Na'Vi, but we're getting it today. And it's great to see. I think they needed this as they get ready to try and book a spot in the arena, right? You want to go in feeling good, especially when they've set the goal of trying to at least make the final, I think, is the bar that they've set for themselves. I mean, the exact words they used was, further than a semi-final. Started 3 players B, but Roman aggressed into top banana alone. Okay, like, were you hoping that if he does die, like, they accelerate B into the 2 players there? It's like decisions are being made, but it feels like not everything is gelling together in terms of the big picture here for Saw, whereas Astralis are playing a real, big picture game. They're pressuring all avenues on the map. You never feel safe. You never feel secure.
I mean, even Barry was saying about this team, they need more things in their strat book, right? They need more depth, more options, and that mid-game adaptation for Saw is lacking.
Like right now, I hope we see Astralis start to pressure through the apartments, because it's him and Story holding it together. They know Yabi floats around here, and so if they can catch him and then rotate away, that's fantastic. But there's your double setup. It's just been rumbled by Yabi with a jiggle peek, and so now you've got to dismantle it. Saw start to lean heavy in towards this B site.
This is the one round they won, but they're still not in the site yet. They're stuck spawn side. Savage walking in, almost found that entry kill onto the one guy in the site. Could have gone disastrously. Now it's up to Yabi. Pick can go a long way. Okay, 30 seconds. Yabi blocked. This is looking good. That's the bomb. He didn't see it. Maturius gets in time.
Yeah, makes it into the site. Now you've got 2 players entrenched. The molly doesn't miss this time, so that will force a fight out. Ujerks up and over the boost, finds 2 on the deagle, and they shouldn't be ready for Mutiris as that 3rd player that they were never prepared for. Him crossing makes all the difference. Yabi left too far away. And so Saw, with that early 3rd man rotate over towards B, managed to salvage a 3rd round here, right towards the tail end of this first half. That reposition from Mutiris, the boost for Ujerks, they're both just worth their weight in gold for Saw here.
When Saw seen, I think, 1 AWP for Device this half, maybe 2. Not been a necessity of this T side. Story's 1 and 6 at the moment. Plenty of saves called for Saw. Roman's allowed a second chance at life in front of that wall, gets out back to B. Oh, is there an AWP? Hello.
Yeah, Device got the equipment.
Geared up.
Goes back, gets the extra nades. Handfuls of them. He even needs Down to move in and grab a couple as well.
Get the wheelbarrow.
At AWP. Oh, see, like, Saw have had to be very gambly across this game. They're often, playing with limited info. And so Roman's already leant back over towards A. And in the past, the gambles, it's been like the one way that Saw have been able to win these rounds. But it leaves them with 1 man in this round, last of the half, left as the sole defender of this B site. Ujerks has got to put on a show. In the meantime, Yabi's even backstabbing the players as they try and rotate out A, so the rotates are slow here. No one's going to be in B to help Ujerks. He is all alone. Yabi will fall, and so that at least allows for these rotates to come in, but there's hesitancy among Saw. They don't know how deep Astralis got on the back of that B hit. So they reroute in through bottom middle. That's where the Device AWP gets to be involved. And so Astralis are gunning for 9 on their T side to close out this first half of Inferno. And it's Device with that AWP from Spawn looking to bring it home for the Danes. Just Mutiris left to beat, and Stown will deal with him as Astralis bludgeoned them down. It's a pistol round away from laying this one to rest. Eliminating Saw and booking themselves a spot in the OVO Wembley Arena.
It's got to feel good to make this so clean after such a scrappy day yesterday. A heavy lead on Nuke thrown away at 9-4. And the series crumbled from there on in for Astralis. This is a different team today. Oh, the setup couldn't be better. 3 apartments, ready for this push. Glocks come running and gunning. Julie stabbed, but in the back, double for Stown. He shot as well in the behind. But Device gets hidden inside of the site. And so despite this double entry, they slow it down, which only allows time for Stair to get in position to assist.
Ooh. A little tease for Device there.
Oh.
He's got no problem finishing off Story. And so now it's just Mutiris and Ujerks left up in this one. They're going to quickly rotate away. It feels nice to see a CT side like that, though. Fighting them early before they get out in middle. Who would have thought that that might make it easier? Yabby already rotates back over to B, and so he's got the info about this repause ahead of time, meaning Device and Co. are already on the rotate round. Spinning, but not winning for Mutiris. It's got to be Ujerks to deliver in the clutch, and he's spotted, caught out in the open. Device puts up 2, and with Astralis winning the pistol, they are but rounds away from recovering from that slow start yesterday and sending Saw out of the tournament.
The Astralis, not only that we wanted to see, that we've been seeing for the past month or so.
Seems to course correct from yesterday.
Yeah, you can feel a comeback sometimes, but the energy is not there right now, and it's not even, in my eyes, in Saw's hands. Astralis are playing to win. And they've got it in the palm of their hand. Flash down bottom B, does nothing to Stown. Almost unaffected, finding the opening kill. And Astralis, a stone's throw away from OVO Arena Wembley. Mutiris wants to get that revenge kill, but they're going to speed up towards A, where Astralis already are 3 strong, with Yabby coming back on long side. Arostos looking for a pick and kill, but Device playing tuck. They've walked this top mid smoke every round of this half. How well is it going to go? Could catch this kill. Oh, the turn is so awkward. Looking back to check the smoke, Device gets his headshot as well, and it's come crumbling down, torn apart. Astralis are right there.
It was one of the coolest Cinderella stories that we look to have at the start of this season. After that turnaround back at the RMRs, they turned heads, they went to the major, they had big dreams of finally realizing the goals of guys like Mutiris and Roman, who have been in the Portuguese team for a long time now. And right when they were close to realizing those dreams, it all got snatched away, and since that point, Saw have looked like a shell of their former selves. The clock about to strike midnight on the Cinderella season of Saw as they are churned up at the top of Banana and eliminated from the Blast Spring Finals. Astralis battle on, and we'll be seeing them take to the stage in the OVO Wembley Arena.